Okay, so this is cadmium red light, Payne's gray, burnt umber, yellow ochre, and titanium buff. So, and I'm using, this is for the hair. We're going to start with the hair. So I'm using a round brush. I'm going to start with dark. So I'm going to start with titanium buff, I'm sorry, with burnt umber and Payne's gray. Hold on. Sorry, it's not Payne's gray. I'm sorry, it's red, it's black.
Oh, black.
It's black. It's black, yes.
Yeah, because the Payne's gray is kind of blue, isn't it?
Yes. I'm sorry, yes.
Okay.
I was thinking about Payne's gray for the jeans. That's why I got confused. That's black. All right, so first layer of the hair is a burnt umber and black. And that's why I'm using black with burnt umber, because we need that dark layer first. I'm gonna let it dry and we'll come back to it. Meanwhile, that's it, just leave it like that. Now what I'm doing, let me know when you're ready for the shirt. First layer of the shirt, not just first layer. So let me see. Yeah, that will work. Okay. Take red, put a tiny bit, see, like in my, like I just poked the red with my, with black and titanium buff, because we always start with dark, okay? First layer is always a dark layer. So, and we're going to put that color here. It's very similar to the one underneath, but that's okay.
Is it lighter or darker?
Lighter than the one underneath, you mean?
Yeah.
Or darker?
Yeah.
Lighter.
So this is her whole top, not just that little cape thing. That's everything above her slacks is going to be this color right now.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah, that's the whole top. Yes, this is with the sleeve. That's how, you know, you could see part of it in the back.
Okay.
Now let's do the same thing with her hand, same colors. Just take a bit more of the titanium buff, so make it more pink, lighter pink, and just kind of a little bit here for the hand, right there. Just that's a really unnecessary detail, but that's okay. It might disappear once we start working on the shirt.
So you didn't do her, did you do her arm?
Yes, I did the arm, this one here going up this way.
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
For this bag right here, I'm using just yellow ochre, nothing else, just covered with the yellow ochre. That's why I want it to dry, because it takes layers. Actually, you know what? Let's take a bit of burnt umber and yellow ochre. And just put another layer here on that bag. Darken, darken, darker.
The yellow ochre, okay. We got
Yellow ochre and burnt umber.
it in burnt umber.
Yeah. It's just,
It's so small.
I know. I'm even having a hard time with this. So there we go. Let's do that. Remove. I'm here. I'm having a hard time. I need to leave it to dry a bit so I can go over it. Okay. I found something that I missed. Okay, let's see. All right, it's that. Part of the shirt right here. Okay. Okay, now. This is cobalt blue. And I'm going to take black, put a bit of black in my cobalt blue. Okay. And start putting the color of the pants she's using. Every time I say pants, I remember my granddaughter's pants in England is underwear. So every time I say pants, they say, it's not pants, it's trousers. They start giggling, they start giggling, they start laughing. It's not pants, Granny, it's trousers. Okay, trousers.
Just tell them you're getting them ready for when they come to Canada.
Yeah.
It's like when they say they're going to put their jumper on because it's cold out. And I'm like, really?
Yeah. Oh.
So many things we say when they're here, they laugh. They laugh at it. They laugh at us because we're saying it. Something to do with yogurt too. I don't know how they pronounce it. I mean, they say it's not yogurt, it's yogurt. And I'm like, it's the same. I can't, I can't hear the difference. But anyway.
They probably say yogurt, do they?
I honestly can't remember what they say. Like I can't, because they were trying to tell me that like a couple of times and I'm thinking, it honestly sounds the same. I can't see,
They're very subtle differences.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, when they speak, and if they speak fast, I have no idea what they're saying. Like I get lost. I'm like, okay, we need subtitles here.
Don't tell them that. They'll have a secret language.
Same thing when we're watching a British series or movie. I always say to my husband, I have no idea what they just said. He just he laughs and he explains to me. Okay, this is what's happening. Okay.
Oh, man. Didn't know the body.
This woman is wearing
Sorry.
funny pants.
Do-
Cobalt blue. I'm gonna put some titanium buff in my cobalt blue, and I'm just gonna put a bit of color this bag she's holding, carrying. I don't know what she's carrying, but we might have to change it later on. We might have to make it orange or something. Depends on what we're gonna get when we highlight the pants. If it's too close to the color of the pants, then we'll change it.
Did you do the shoes or the boots in the same color or?
No, black. I just put black.
Just plain black. Oh, okay.
Yeah, just plain black.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, for the hair. So her hair is kind of, we really don't have to do exactly what we see there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take burnt umber and yellow ochre. And I'm just gonna make my color less, not as thick. So I dipped my round small brush in water, and I'm just gonna do this part where there's sun, like a sunny area. Now, if you want to do the same color you see there, I think she has a bit of a red in her hair, but honestly, I am not gonna go there. It's too small. I'm just gonna make it as easy as possible. Now you see there's a big difference between this highlight and the back of the hair. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take burnt umber and put some burnt umber in here. So what I'm doing, it's still darker, but it's not as dark as before. So, okay, now again, we're gonna take some yellow ochre now. Let's make it just yellow ochre for now, for this part. So the first part I did was yellow ochre and burnt umber. Then I put burnt umber for the back only, right there. And now I'm using just yellow ochre for this highlighted part, right there. That's it. So when you get to the bottom of that, where the hair goes in, don't highlight this part. Just keep it a bit dark. Otherwise, if you highlight it, her hair will be straight, will look straight. We're going to be highlighting a little bit more. So I'm going to take the yellow ochre I have here, and I'm going to put titanium buff in it. And I'm going to highlight the top part of her hair, right here.
What was that, just titanium buff?
No, titanium buff and yellow ochre.
Oh.
So I'm highlighting my yellow ochre a bit. And I'm going to leave it to dry. And if it looks too much, which I think it does right now, I'm going to go back with my yellow ochre and soften the highlight. So the highlight is only on the top part of the hair. Very, very subtle. But that's good enough. So I'm going to bring this, you know what's happening right now. So what I'm seeing is a line in here
Yeah,
between the dark and the light, right? So to break that line, I'm gonna highlight the top of her hair with yellow ochre only, right there. See, it's round now. It's rounded because I broke that line that's going straight from the top to the bottom. What I did is I made the hair a bit lighter on top and just softly push it down. Push down. That's it. So you don't have that. There's a round, like the hair, the top of the head looks round. And you break that line. Now, if you like to add more detail later on, like, you know, take yellow ochre and put some titanium buff in it and make a couple of lines that look like, you know, highlighted hair like this. It's more like a strand of hair. It's up to you, but I don't think it's necessary, but if you like to do that. I wait for it to dry. If it needs a bit of adjusting, then I adjust. If you find that this is like right now, I'm finding this part of the hair flat. It's too dark. So I'm just gonna take burnt umber and yellow ochre, and I'm just gonna highlight it a bit more right here. Don't take it all the way down, just a bit, and leave it like that. Just soften this area on top. That's better. Now, from the outside, where the trees are, I'm using black and I'm reshaping her head. Because what happened is when I was doing the highlights, the head looks like a ball, like a round, too round. So I took black with my small brush, and from the outside, I went in and I flattened the head a bit, just a bit, and the side here, make it just smaller, and it goes out, so it's not rounded. That's it. Reshaping, I reshaped the head a bit. And sometimes when you put color, you can see what needs to be adjusted. Okay. Perfect. It's good. So I'm using right now cadmium red light and white. And I am gonna mix them together into that soft pink. And I'm gonna start with where I see highlight, where I see the light hitting the sleeve, and right here too. I'm going to do the same with the back. Now, let's have some same color, maybe a bit darker, and some brown in it. So we can darken red and burnt umber. So we can have some contrast. This is burnt umber and red. I'm going to do the back. And I'm going to go back now to the pink. Highlight this part. Bring the shirt in. So what I'm doing right now is I am trying to slowly to go back and forth between light and dark to shape this the shirt she's wearing. I'll show you in a minute. This is more like building up colors. Now back to light red and white with a touch of the burnt umber, and highlight the top, this part. Again. Halfway down, start darkening a bit, because the top of where this part will catch more light than the bottom part. You know what we're going to do? We're going to bring the stone in. It's just too wide to have it all the way here, to have the shirt all the way. So we're going to bring the stone in once we're done with the shirt. I know you can see her hand from the other side, but on this scale, this scale here, it's very hard to show the hand, the hand that's hidden. Let's take a bit of brown, just brown, and put it here. So we have, and down here. So we can see the sleeve. Reshaping the sleeve with the using the purse she's holding. Okay, who suggested we do this woman again? We paint her? Oh my God,
God, she's,
holy,
what a detail.
yeah. Okay, we're just gonna ignore some details and make it simple. Just simplify it. Good.
Next time a bird.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna take a bit of titanium buff and bring in, add some brown to my titanium buff, a touch of brown to my titanium buff, and then reshape the sleeve from the outside using painting more of those bricks that we have there. Okay, same from the back. I'm going to use burnt umber, titanium buff, and just bring the brick in closer to her shirt to make this area smaller. There. Or to make her narrower. Because with this shirt, she's becoming wider and wider.
I was thinking that.
Much chocolate.
Yeah. So now I'm going to take a bit of titanium buff in here and just bring that brick in the back closer to her, right there, in certain areas. Okay, good. So we reshaped her shirt, and we can reshape it too, like we can make it smaller. So what I did is I ignored the part where the sleeve is showing. We can put it. Or we can just ignore it. I would probably ignore it. Yeah, this, I'm using black now, and I'm putting the strap of this bag she's holding. You can put a suggestion of a hand using some of the red and white down here. Okay, let's take our yellow ochre now. And I'm going to put some white in my yellow ochre. And highlight this bag. Okay. That's good. Let it dry, and then we will adjust the highlight a little bit more once it's dry. Oh, there's a strap. more highlight. I'll let it dry and then I'll glaze. I'll glaze the strap and the bag with more yellow ochre. Because right now it looks a bit too white. So now again, I'm gonna just see how we did with the hair. We adjusted the highlights where there's dark. So this part right here, right now, looks really dark. So I'm gonna highlight it a bit. And there, that looks much better. Right there.
For bag?
Pardon? Yeah, the side of the bag,
Oh, the side of the bag.
the side right here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it looked a bit too dark. This is better. So I highlighted the top of the strap right here on her shoulder. And at the bottom part, it's darker. This part, it's all dark. And I highlighted this part too. The front of that bag. So now I'm just going to be adjusting. Oh, a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. Because you can hardly see the strap now. That in the reference, it doesn't look like this, but in the reference, there's a lot more detail, and we really don't have room for that detail. We don't want to, you know, go there. This is just burnt umber. I'm making my burnt umber very like a wash, and I'm putting here a shadow of her sleeve over the bag with a glaze. Now, okay, I'm gonna stop for a minute. Okay, cobalt blue, and I'm gonna put a touch of black in that, in this color to tone it down a bit. Let's come here and see how we're gonna do this. Ooh, nice color. Pretty. I'm not gonna take it all the way up to where the pants, the shirt is, because the shirt is gonna cast a shadow over this. Okay. Awesome. That's good. It's working. All right. Now I'm going to highlight the other leg. I'm just going to highlight from kind of a bit above the knee and down, because I want to keep this dark. If I highlight it as well, it's going to connect with this leg right here. I don't want to connect it. I want this leg to show in front. And to do that, I'm just going to keep this part right here darker and just highlight the bottom part. Okay, good. Now, let's take a touch of white, put it in, not much, just a bit. And again, highlight. Again, highlight this part. I'll bring it down. Just kind of a bit of back and forth between highlight and just the color. So I'm highlighting the upper part of the, is that the thigh right here? Is that the thigh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm highlighting this part. Let me clean up. I'm going to clean up the outside before it dries. Okay, so I'm going to highlight the upper thigh here. I highlighted this, and I'm going to do the same with this part. This part. Same. I'll go to this one here and just highlight this. Good. Good, good. Okay. This is just cobalt blue.
Did we put anything else on that bag before? No, this is the first coat, right?
No, we did put some cobalt blue and white, I think, or cobalt
yeah?
blue and titanium buff or something like that. Something.
Okay, I missed that, okay.
Okay. Good. Now, what I'm going to do is take burnt umber, put some yellow ochre in it, and make it into, actually, I'm going to take some black as well. Touch of black in my burnt umber. Make it into a glaze. Add some water in there, quite a bit of water. I'm going to glaze that, make it light, transparent, kind of, not very transparent, but enough. And I'm going to put her shadow.
Burnt umber, black, and
And a bit of yellow ochre in there. Okay. This part too.
Shadows make all the difference in a painting.
Pardon?
Shadows make all the difference.
Yes, they do. They do. Okay, so now because I put some burnt umber and dark color, I need to darken her shoes to get some difference. Show the difference. Okay. Okay, so after putting the burnt umber and yellow ochre as a shadow, when it's dry, I added in another layer of glaze, which is Naples yellow and ultramarine violet, and I made it into a glaze.
Right here.
right there. See, I like a glaze. And then I covered the brown. So it is a dark, because of the brown underneath, it's a dark shadow, but it's more on the purple side. And that looks much better and not as dark as just using burnt umber and yellow ochre. It looks much better, especially because it's on yellow. Because it's yellow, yellow is opposite. It's a complementary color. It's opposite purple on the color wheel. And also shadows are usually they are cool colors. So it's a cool color over a warm color, and they are opposite on the color wheel. They're complementary.